So my name is Alaina Portzer, and I like to tell everyone when I'm asked about myself, I like to tell people that I'm really sort of a non-traditional type student, or a non-traditional person, basically. I went to school later in life. I worked for most of my life as a legal secretary or an administrative assistant, and I worked primarily in law firms. And I was always the person that people would come to for advice, people would come to for help, and people would come to just to have a good listening ear or a venting partner. And so I decided one day, you know what, it's time to go back to school. I ended up going back to school to get my undergraduate degree at the University of Maryland. And I got my degree in psychology because I've always been fascinated with helping people and also trying to understand human behavior. And then after that, I just decided to keep going. I am currently attending Bowie State University. I'm excited about being at an HBCU. I wanted the experience, and I am now working toward getting my master's degree in counseling psychology. One of the main reasons I was attracted to this field was because I had a tragedy in my immediate family. I lost my oldest brother, my only brother, and it was something that rattled me. It actually caused me to stop functioning. It was hard for me to work and focus and concentrate. And I remember as I went through that grieving process, I remember thinking, I really want to get into this field because I want to make sure I can help others make it through tough situations. I think it was helpful for me to have therapy during that time. And my therapist, who I still see today, is amazing and has gotten me to this point, or has actually helped me empower myself to get to this point. And that's something that I want to do for others, is not so much tell you what to do or how to do it, but really try to empower you to figure out a way to help yourself, because you can get through anything. If I can, you can. Okay, so I don't have a lot of free time, but when I do have it, I love to read. My favorite types of books to read are historical fiction. I am intrigued with all types of stories about my ancestors. I also love a good romance novel here and there. And also, my husband and I are sailors, so we like getting out on the water in the Chesapeake Bay, and we like to tootle around a little bit. It's fun, and it definitely is a great way to relieve my stress and commune with nature. Yeah, we've actually sailed to, we're novices, so we're not experts or anything, but we have sailed to the Baltimore Harbor. We've sailed to St. Michael's. We've also sailed to, let's see, boy, let me think about that. We've gone to several boat shows that are in the local Annapolis area. So we're basically kind of pigeonholed to the Chesapeake Bay area right now until we become a little bit better at what we're doing. But we love being out in the water, and I cannot think of a better way for me to decompress. It's so important for self-care. It's something that I am a big proponent of. So when I can get it, and I advise you to take it when you can, get it when you can, because we all need it. So I definitely am interested in working with a number of different populations of people who experience a number of different issues. I am open and willing to help with issues relating to anxiety, depression, suicide, and trauma, as well as grief. I'm definitely looking forward to using a number of different modalities. Cognitive behavioral therapy is always something that's interested me, and as well as mindfulness techniques. I also like to be a little eclectic in how I think about my modalities. I think music therapy and art therapy are also something that can be beneficial, and as well as DBT. I think my primary motivator is people and wanting to help people. When I talk about the tragedy that I experienced years ago in my family, it was that circle of people that I had to reach out to kind of help bring me to the point of where I am today. So that circle it included my family. It included spending time with my friends and family and having therapy, and also making time to just spend time with myself and be self-reflective. So I think when you have a good support system in place, whether that's at work, whether it's at home, I think what motivates me the most is knowing that at the end of the day, my end goal is to help others and to bring people out of that dark space where I was, because you can get there with help. You can get there. I think I bring authenticity, but I also bring the experience of having been through some things, and rebounding from those things, and recognizing that I'm human. I'm going to make mistakes, but I have the capacity, just like anyone else does, to help empower themselves to do better, to do more, and to care for themselves in the process. So you have an empathic ear with me. You have someone that cares. You have someone that's invested. And you have someone that's committed to making sure that we bring some balance into your life. You deserve it. My preference is to work with adults, and I also love kids. So between those two populations, I think we'll have a great time together. Yes. I would say, I think the last book that I read was No Name on the Street by James Baldwin. I'm a huge James Baldwin fan. I'm inspired by his story. I'm inspired by the fact that he was someone who, again, was authentic and was true to who he was. He'd been through some things and he persevered. And I think that's sort of the arc of all of our lives, is just figuring out our purpose, and while we're on this planet, being a good human and living a decent life. That's a great question, because I actually looked into several different providers before making the decision on LARTI, and I was so excited to be able to get an interview. I think the main reason was because I liked the fact that not only were they person-centered in their approach to the clients that they serve, but they have very high standards for providing an exceptional level of care. And that's something, throughout my schooling that's really important to me, is just really doing a great, not just a good job, but a great job, an excellent job at what we do, and really put your heart into what you're doing. So I love that aspect, that everybody that I spoke to was very passionate about helping others, taking a very person-centered approach. And I also like the fact that it seems like all of the counselors at LARTI are willing to meet clients where they are, whether that's in person, whether that's virtually. And I loved the fact that there's a global reach. I could eat sushi for the rest of my life. If that was the only food left on this planet, I would probably be the happiest person ever. It doesn't even matter what kind of sushi, maki sushi. I really don't have a favorite. If you put sushi in front of me, I will eat it. I would tell that person to take the first step toward a journey of wellness. It's worth it. You are worth it. I know for me, when I did it, I was scared. I was nervous. I was afraid. I didn't know what to expect. What I received was non-judgmental care by someone who till this day knows me probably better than I know myself. So I would say, don't be afraid. Take the step. You're worth the investment.